And that's, you move a little bit and you get poked by it.
Yeah, I know. What a day, huh?
Total day.
What a day.
Nonstop.
I know. But that's the way she goes, right?
All right, so you keep it about right there. All right.
All right, man.
I'm here.
You're here.
You finally got me. You finally got me.
Couldn't be happy to have you here. And why don't you tell everyone why you're here?
Yeah, man. I am here because I am joining Alex and the coaching team. So I am extremely excited about it.
We're super excited to have you and kind of talk about what made you decide to come on board, because I know it's always been an interest, but what really made you decide, hey, this is something I really want to do, this is what I want to dive into?
Yeah, what really made me jump over was, your consistency.
Yeah, right.
And
follow up,
right? The follow up, but also, I've been managing an office for a year and a half now, going on 2 years, and I've learned that one of the biggest joys that I've gotten out of this business has been coaching my agents.
Yep.
Honestly, and seeing them succeed. Alex giving me this opportunity to hop on this coaching team, I'm able to not just affect my office now. Now I can touch a little bit of the whole company and have an effect on the whole company. So.
Absolutely. Yeah. So diving into that a little bit from a coaching perspective, because you sell and you manage, you've seen kind of both sides of the coin. What would you say are kind of your biggest attributes or your biggest strengths going into this new endeavor?
That's a great question. So, yeah, some of my strengths, I think that I've got a diverse background, honestly.
Yeah.
So I've done a little bit of sales here and there, dabbled in. When I was like 18, 19, I did carpet or vacuum cleaner sales. I think I sold like 2. And
right.
And then I stopped. That sucked.
Yeah.
And then I got into Herbalife nutrition and the supplement sales and the coaching there. Actually, it was health coaching at the time.
Okay.
So I've got that background. And also, stemming from the union background, my steelworker background, dealing with people and customer service and, negotiating and things like that. So, yeah, I feel like I'm a really relatable person. I've got a diverse background. I can speak to many different things. But like you said, I'm both sides of the coin here. So I do manage. I manage an office. I co-manage an office. I do sell on my own. My wife and I, Kathy, are a real estate team. So I'm training her as well, getting her going. And I got my associate broker's license last year. So we've just been keeping it pushing ever since I've been into real estate.
Absolutely.
Just every single year, new goal. So this is just the next step.
Next step. So looking at the coaching side of the coin, what are you most excited about?
Just the impact that I'm going to have. You know, like I said, the impact I love the impact I have in my office right now.
Yeah.
So being able to impact the company as a whole, it's going to be really exciting.
Absolutely. And you were a coaching client yourself.
Yes.
A couple years ago, right?
For
So kind of
sure.
talk about that experience and what you took away from that.
Yes. So coaching, the whole experience was, 1, enlightening. 2, but I saw my skills jump up like dramatically.
Yeah.
And let's see what I started coaching in 2021. My whole goal was to just produce.
Yep.
And that's why I joined you. I was like, this is the level up that I need. Cause I want to be a listing agent. That's what I told you. I just want to list houses. So we got to working together, and then all of a sudden this opportunity comes up to branch manage and work with my business partner and friend, Jessica Jones. So it was too good of an opportunity to pass up. Anything that I put my effort into, I want to give 100% into that, and I want to learn everything there absolutely is about this business. So that was one of the main reasons I joined the management, learning the business inside and out, seeing things that other people aren't, but also affecting the people that you're around in a positive way.
Sure.
So coaching, I was like, all right, Alex, man, I just took a branch manager role now. It's like so.
Yep.
But I'll tell you what, man, it was such a good decision for me doing coaching.
Yeah.
Because you kept me on track, like you reined me in.
Yeah.
Because for my biggest thing was, dude, I'm like, I don't know, like I'm wearing 7 different hats throughout the day. I don't know how to wear all those 7 hats throughout the day.
Yep.
I'm not getting to certain hats, right? And that was like, it was like, not from the manager role, recruiting, building my business, learning the manager role and doing all that stuff.
It was a lot.
It was a lot, right? Also learning how to work for sale by owners and
Yep.
talk to people and set appointments. And then eventually, and I was telling you, I was like, and one of those hats, a lot of those hats are our personal life. being a dad, I'm not a dad, but, being a son, a grandson, a husband, you're not, like when you're taking on a lot, it feels like you can't give everything you have to
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah.
And it felt like I was drowning at the time. And you remember. And
I
was
remember.
like, dude, I just don't know how to do this. So time blocking, getting coached on that, perspective. And I used to call our sessions my real estate therapy sessions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it was huge for me, man. It kept me level, and I was able to build all that capacity to handle more stress. I think that was probably the biggest thing.
Yeah.
During that year I coached with you, and it was just building that capacity. Sometimes I can take on a little bit too much, but it's only too much for a little bit. And you build that capacity, right? And now I'm sitting here with you.
Yeah, and so I'm glad you brought up the psychological aspect of it too, because so many people may not understand or undervalue the impact of a psychological aspect of it. So kind of talk about, how did you manage to keep all that stuff balanced? What did you run into psychologically? Like, what kept you level?
Good support system.
Yeah.
Starting with my wife, my business partner, and having a coach
Yep.
to hold you accountable and ask you certain questions that other people aren't asking you.
Right.
Get that perspective. Of course, time blocking came into it. The psychological thing was you got to have self-compassion. And I say that sometimes, people are like, what is self-compassion, right?
Yeah.
We're always so much more compassionate towards other people and their faults.
Yep.
And it's like, if that was you, I'd be like, you got this, man. Like,
Right.
you're just going to get through this. Like, this is just a short-term thing. Like, you got this. Where I'm beating myself up and I'm saying, oh, God, this sucks. Like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. I'm wearing too many hats. Did I take on too much? Oh, my gosh. So having some self-compassion and understanding actually where you're at in the process, having that perspective can clear everything up.
Well, I think a lot of it too is, like you said, we were talking about this before we even started, is we're both perfectionists.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
So it's a blessing and a curse, because we want to make sure everything is perfect, but at the same time, we all know in life nothing's ever perfect.
No.
So it's
Heck
like that
no.
endless pursuit of perfection that sometimes just doesn't happen.
No. You can pursue perfection if you want, but understand you're going to fall sometimes. You just got to keep getting back up, and but have a little bit of self-compassion for what you're going through,
Yeah.
and appreciate what you're going through. I think that's the bigger thing. That's the bigger message, is appreciate what you're going through right now. Even if you're not getting the production that you want right now, you haven't closed deals this first quarter, man, that sucks.
Yeah.
I have been in your shoes.
As
right?
have I. As have I.
Right. But we keep going, and this business is a compounding business. And I think that if you're dedicated to absorbing knowledge from people who are more skilled than you, know more than you, and you just have that mindset that I'm not going to stop,
Yeah.
you'll have success in this business.
I'm so glad you brought that up, because I feel like that's a key piece that a lot of people miss, is because they always want the end result, right?
Oh,
They
yeah.
want to get to the final line. They want to get to the finish point to where they got everything put together, but it's really coming about, you have to embrace that grind to get there.
That's so true,
Right?
man. Like I didn't picture myself sitting with you today, joining the coaching department in my 5th year in real estate.
Yeah.
I didn't think I'd be a coach my 5th year in real estate. I didn't think I'd be a manager my 3rd year in real estate. I didn't think I'd get my associate broker's license my 4th year in real estate. But you just keep going. You just don't stop. Dedicate yourself to your craft, and everything else will fall into place.
Yeah. So you obviously have a very good mindset. Where did that come from?
Came from, I think, just my background. I didn't come from money or anything like that. I take great pride in saying nobody's ever giving me anything. I've had help along the way. I
Sure.
think everybody needs and gets a little bit of help, but no, I come from nothing. And where my mindset comes from too was I used to have a really poor mindset, to be honest with you. I used to work in a dark, negative, dangerous chemical factory where nobody was happy to be there. Right? You say hi to somebody, "Good morning, Tom," and they just keep walking. Right? I was like, man, I got to get out of this environment.
Yeah.
But how do I do that? Right? Like for a long time, that was just what I was going to do. I was very good working 40 to 60 hours a week, cracking some beers after I get home, and hanging with my boys on a weekend, and that's it.
That was life.
That was life, and but I eventually got to the point where I was like, okay, well, how do I change this, right? Am I stuck? Am I just a product of my environment, right? Am I meant to be poor forever? Am I meant to be a factory worker forever? All my friends are doing that. Like, this is what I'm gonna do, and this seems to be, the right thing to do. But then again, I know we talked about it in another video, but I discovered personal development. I really did, and I ran with it. Personal development is your key to success.
It is. And the takeaway too that I realized very early on in life is no one's going to come and save you.
Oh, no way.
Nobody's going to come and save you. Nobody can do the work for you. Nobody's going to help you. I mean, you'll have help, but nobody can do it physically for you.
Right.
So you have to make that choice of saying, hey, yes, I want something different from what I currently have, and that's going to require me to change the actions that I've been taking every day and just repeating that process over and over and over again.
Right. I think change your mind, change your life, right?
Yeah.
Change your personal philosophy.
Yeah.
I heard that the other day, and it's like, they said your personal philosophy will ultimately determine your success in this life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Are you somebody who blames everything on everybody else? Right? I'm not making enough money because my manager doesn't help me. I'm not making enough money because taxes are too high. I'm not making enough money because inflation.
I'm not getting leads from the company.
I'm not getting leads from the company, or whatever it is. We can blame everything if we want. But this is all you have to work with.
I know, right?
Right?
That's it.
So
That's
if you're cursing all you have to work with, then I don't understand where you're going to be going from there.
Yeah, one of the things that I got away from a book that I read a while ago, which hit me hard, is you should always try and take personal responsibility for everything, even if it may not have been your fault, right? Because if I get mad at you, I can't control you. I can only control me, right? So I'm channeling my frustration to something that I have no control over the outcome or changing. I can only channel into myself that I can focus on and change. So whatever situation, if you're not making money, if you're not happy with the business that you have, if you're not happy with your personal life, take a look at the mirror, right? And say, hey, all right, I'm not happy with what I have, so what do I got to do to change that?
Exactly. And analyze that, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just small habits,
Yeah.
right? Small habits, but you're accumulating them over a course of time, and it's becoming detrimental. You don't even know it.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So look at some of your habits right now. I mean, I think that's huge. Like, hey, what is the one thing you're not happy with where you're at? What is the one thing that you've been doing consistently that you've never changed? Right? What is that? Is it you've never stepped foot in a gym? Okay, maybe you stepped foot in a gym this year.
Yeah.
Right. Scripts aren't for me. Scripts.
Yeah.
Pick up the script.
Yeah.
You don't know if it works until
Right.
you try it. Right. So change a daily habit. You're getting in the office at 10 a.m. every single day. What if you got in the office at 8 a.m. every single day? What might that do for you?
And I got this takeaway too. I think it was Jared James who said this. You probably saw it. But consistency always wins.
Always.
Right? So if you think you're not consistent now, you are. You're just consistent in the wrong way. You're consistently waking up late. You're consistently not getting in the office at the same time. You're consistently not prospecting. You're consistently not doing lead follow-up. You're consistently not going on appointments. So you are consistent. It's just a matter of breaking that habit and going the other way with it, which is what we do as a coaching team with each individual agent that comes to us.
Right.
So you've been on the management side. Now you've gone through the onboarding process. You've been through the coaching program yourself.
Yeah.
What do you think would be the biggest difference between the management compared to the coaching aspect of things?
Ooh, man, that's a great question. Management sometimes you tend to give out a lot of answers, right? Like you want to see your agents succeed.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're on their own time crunch and things, and deals blowing up, or hey, this is I got to get this listing, so you just want to just kind of dive in and help.
Yep.
Maybe give the answers.
Give them the answer. Yeah.
Right. I'm getting better at that. Going through coaching and things. I think that's one of the bigger differences. And coaching is more so. It is more so like a therapy session. It truly is.
It's a lot of self-discovery.
It is a lot of self-discovery. So it's like, look, man, you're not getting into coaching. All right, today we're covering buyer contract.
Right. Right. That's not how it goes.
No. But what you can get coached on is how to talk to that potential buyer to land that buyer contract, and things like that. So yeah, I think that's the biggest difference.
Definitely, and obviously we have the accountability aspect because the agents are coming to us and putting skin in the game, right? So
that's probably even the bigger thing, right? Yeah. As if your manager can help you be more accountable, but there's a difference of when you decide to say, hey, you know what? The change I'm going to make
Yeah.
is I'm going to pay for a coach, and they're going to hold me accountable and call me on my crap.
Yep.
Right? Your manager can call you on your crap, but if you don't tell your manager, hey, I need you to stay on me, I need you to do this, they're not going to do it.
There's no consequence.
There's no consequence. And if they don't do it, there's no consequence either, right? It's more of an, I don't know, maybe intimate relationship is the wrong word, but it is more a personal
Personally
relationship.
invested, yeah.
Personally invested.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that support system, I mean, you want to, it's like to be good at, to really level up at anything, you're going to need to find somebody who has done it really well, and that can help you level up. I mean, it's like if you want to become a bodybuilder, you can become a bodybuilder by yourself. You can watch all the, videos and, eat the food. But what do most bodybuilders have? Coaches.
Yeah, they have coaches,
right?
yeah.
Fitness coaches, CrossFit I mean, there's coaches. There's life coaches, real estate coaches, fitness. I mean, you get a coach for anything in your life.
Yep.
And I would suggest getting one. If that's the area of your life you want to level up in, go find you a coach, go find you a mentor.
That's all you got to find someone who is doing what you want to do or is in the spot that you want to be in, right?
Yes.
And so for the accountability aspect, I've never been a manager, but from my perspective, I almost talk agents out of coaching because I want to be very crystal clear. This is what's going to be expected of you.
Yep.
It's going to be difficult.
Yep.
There's a financial investment. So unless you're 100% in, don't bother.
Yeah.
Because coaching, I tell everyone that comes to us, coaching can either be the best investment you make or it can just be another expense.
Right.
The choice is yours.
We all got choices.
That's it. And everything revolves around those choices. So we're coming on in about 15, 20 minutes.
Okay.
Anything else you want to throw out there?
Yeah. If you're thinking about coaching right now, I'd love to connect with you and just talk about the program and what that would look like. Talk to you about what I went through in my experience. Even if it's just a 15-minute call over the phone or a Zoom, you can find my number and my contact information anywhere. And also, too, if we connect, you asked me what I might bring might bring to the coaching department is I had this realization the other day that, man, when I got into real estate, like I said, my real estate career I know is not average, and I wasn't expecting to be doing these things. But it's also not average because I got my license end of 2018, right? I closed a lease deal December 30th on my mentor's lease listing. And I didn't close another deal. It was 2019, and I didn't close another deal until July. It was my grandma's listing. Closed $1 million between July and December. That was my first year in real estate, and that was 2019. It was very normal market.
Right.
Like it took me a few of my listings. It took months to sell.
Right.
Could you imagine right now, guys,
Yeah,
having a listing and it
months?
takes you months to sell? That means in this market, you really messed something up.
Right.
But that was normal for me back then in 2019, and I guess that was somewhat normal. And then boom, 2020, the pandemic, the stay-at-home order, adjustments, pivoting. I'm in my second year in real estate.
Yeah.
2018 didn't count.
Yeah.
My second year in real estate, and now I'm having to pivot and adjust and, doing, Zoom videos and doing Zoom interviews with lenders and just adjusting and going from there. And I had one of my best years that year. And so what I was thinking to myself is I've only ever worked in this crazy market.
Yeah.
I only know how to work in this crazy competitive market. So if you're somebody out there who's maybe struggling to get listings, or if you're somebody out there struggling to get your buyers under contract, or just to get buyers, or to get, I'd love to talk to you. I have all kinds of ideas. Again, I've only known this competitive market, multiple offers, appraisal guarantee, how to talk to them, right? Like one of my big thing is, and I'll leave you guys with a tip right now, and I suggest you use this if it's important to you to get your buyer clients under contract on the home they want, is if they love it, don't wait to go home, drop an offer, and send a little email and just hope and pray that it gets accepted. Call the agent. Call the agent. One of my favorite lines is, hey, my clients really love the house. I'm sure you got a lot of showings still. But, if they could offer your client tonight everything that they want and more, is this something we could get done tonight? Just ask.
Damn.
Just ask.
Yeah.
Some agents will appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But that's just you being direct forward and trying to get the deal for your clients, which is what we're supposed to do. So if you're interested, if you're at a point to where you're ready to take that next step, we have plenty of options available for you guys on all different spectrums of the business, James being the newest one, which we're super excited about. So contact me, contact him. We're here for you guys whenever you're ready. And we also have our production event
Yes.
coming up next month, May 3rd, May 10th, May 17th from 9:30 to 1, Powerhouse Producers. So if you want to get a real idea of what it's like to work with a coach individually, attend that event May 3rd, May 10th, May 17th, and that will give you real insight of what you get from the coaching department.
Yes, sir. Make sure you're there.
All right, see you guys.
Good stuff.
That was good.